You probably know the feeling. Sweaty, fast breathing, quick heart rate. That's a cortisol spike. It feels awful, and its imbalance is the cause of your anxiety. Rebalance Health's 3-part anxiety system helps address it at the root. Rebalance Health lozenges are natural and designed for optimal absorption, providing 24-hour relief. Live life fully without feeling like you're fighting for it. Get 50% off your first month with code CALM23 at rebalancehealth.com.
The following series is outlandish, unapologetic, and uncut. Listener discretion is advised, but not enforced.
I remember when you reached, so I released like 2 singles or something at the start, and you reached out to me and said that you were going to play me on the, and I was just, for me, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, this is fucking something else, and it's just grown from there. And I kind of, as I said, I kind of count you as among the people who have helped me get to this position and to kind of help me grow, and without that, I don't think it would have gone the way it has. So yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of indebted to you for that, and always willing to do whatever you need me to do to help you out in any way, promoting you or anything, because I just think it's always a pleasure to be involved in those things, and I've always been one of the people who I don't really have an ego when it comes to that stuff. I don't think I'm due any of that. I don't think I deserve. I don't think it should come to me. I think you have to work for it, and I always appreciate it when anyone plays my song or shares anything of mine online or anything like that. I just think it's a great feeling, and yeah, I really appreciate it. So thank you for so much for everything so far. So.
Anytime, man. I'm gonna be there with you every step of the way. Even if I retire or something, I got you back.
I think I'll be retiring before you.
You better not. You better go ahead and hit them high marks first. Then you get to do it.
I got some interesting things coming out. So I think hopefully they'll kind of make it bigger and better. So.
Yeah, man. I see nothing but progression. You know that. So yep, you're gonna be fine.
Perfect.
Oh man.
No, I like that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, man, just everything about you is just amazing, dude. Like the mask that you had and everything, like that stuff was just awesome. Like, I don't know where you made it or if you made it on your own, but you just...
I had someone in, I think it was Bulgaria made it. I had 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. One of them's, I'm kind of thinking of busting the other one out at some point, kind of changing up. But it's, that one just called to me, and it was something that he kind of didn't make for me, but it's quite he was made it more for me than the normal one. So I had 2 of them, and I've still got them. They sit and wait to be used when I do photo shoots, and I'm planning on doing some live shows at some point. I don't know when that'll be, but when everything's safe to do so, I guess. So yeah, the mask will be coming out for that, and I enjoy the mask thing because I am quite a shy person. I come from a background where I used to be a metal drummer, and I sit at the back. So I kind of enjoy not being the center of attention, when people look at your pictures and things. So it's, I don't mind wearing a mask. I don't mind having photos taken when I'm wearing a mask. So it does make it easier for me.
I totally get it, my man. You know something? I was hoping that we saved that for like the middle of the story. I don't know what the hell kind of host I am. But you know what? We better go ahead and get started on the Hangouts intro.
Perfect.
All right. Well, then, here we go.
Okay, fine. We'll team up. I'm J-Man, and this is J360 Hangouts here on
J360 Radio!
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing? Welcome back to J360 Hangouts for episode 16. I'm your host, J-Man, of course. And yes, I survived JM's 30, but so did the rest of you, because it was a pretty awesome night. Ooh, how am I still awake right now? Anyway, We have a very important guest joining me on Hangouts this evening. Matter of fact, he's right here in the room. I've been wanting to get him on here. This is a legend in the making. He's an outstanding member of the Jam Fam and a true friend, of course. Say hello to
Dark83.
Good evening, everyone.
refined British talk there, sir.
I try my best.
Hey, nothing wrong with it, man. Shoot, I got nothing but respect for you, man. And truth be told, like, after the many shades of dark, and then Godlike, and then, like, just, you're doing it, my dude. Boy, where do we start?
Yeah.
There, I'm done fanboying. I'm like, I'm stuck in it, you know? And then, like, that song you did with Celestial Mollywop, like, and how you're working together with other members in the Jam Fam. Bro, it is an honor to have you here.
Yeah. No, I'm honoured to be here. Thank you for having me. It's I really appreciate it, and looking forward to talking to you.
Indeed. And you know something, man? Like, oh God, how do we talk about your legend, man? Tell us the story of Dark83. Like, where did the metamorphosis begin? And like, where did you rise up to become the greatest hero of all time? And the story ever told.
Well, that's an intro. I started in rock bands and metal bands. I've been a drummer since I was about 10. And when I was in my 20s, I started doing it professionally. I moved to Australia, and I toured with some kind of large Australian bands. And then I moved back to the UK and kind of started my own kind of blues rock band, kind of like ZZ Top, where there's three of us and every member sang. And just over time, I just became, there was an ego or two around in the band, and I just got tired of it. I got tired of, and no disrespect to the other guys because they were my friends and stuff, but I think we just wanted different things. The guitarist, he wanted to make it the biggest thing ever, and I just wasn't feeling the music as much, and I just felt like every rock album that I was buying and listening to, and every band that I was hearing, everything just sounded the same to me, and it just all became quite disheartening. So I kind of just quit, and I went back to school and did a degree, and just kind of took some time out. And it was at that point that I stumbled across this genre called synthwave, and I kind of discovered some artists with some synthwave and darkwave artists, and it just inspired me. And I kind of I spent about 1.5 2 years just listening and just gathering as much music as I possibly could before I kind of thought, I'd really like to do this myself. And I don't know where the name Dark83 came from. I think it was, I don't know whether you've seen that TV show on Netflix just called Dark.
Yes, I have, actually.
Yeah, so it was that show, and I loved the name Dark. I just loved it. It was just simple, and then 83 was my birth year, so I thought, there you go, shove that in there. And and then I kind of just thought about what I'd look like, how I'd want to go across, and then just started learning how to make the music, because as I said, I was a drummer. I'm not a musician. I just hit things with sticks. So I kind of tried to improve on and learn, and I just read books, and I practiced and recorded stuff and scrapped it, and just kind of just carried on that way. So yeah, it's taken a good couple of years, and I'm still learning now. Like, I'm still learning new things, and I still watch videos and ask people questions. And one thing I will give a shout out to in this thing is the synthwave community as a whole is just so welcoming, and everyone's just so kind. There are a few people who I'm not going to name who were fucking assholes when I asked them questions online. They were like just really disrespectful to me and didn't really want to talk. But there were people like, I think we all know Dance with the Dead.
Yes.
And they were just so nice, like the nicest dudes. I'd message them on Instagram, and they would message straight back. And like, I asked Tony, I asked him for like what equipment he used, and he gave me a rundown. Just gave me a breakdown of all the lists that he used, of all the synths and different programs. I just think that's, like, for being one of the biggest synthwave acts in the world, that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was great. I was just really pleased with, the welcome that I got when I first started out. So, yeah. So that's kind of how it all began, really.
Nice. See, that's an excellent origin story, man. I love how every single one of you guys have got these origins, and then you just come together, and then at some point along the line, y'all met me, like I'm Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we decided to put together the whole super tribe known as Jam Fam.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, you could be Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's pretty swift. I could see you with an eye patch.
Now we're going a little too far, but yeah, okay. Yo, actually, that'd be kind of badass. Dashing version of me. Nice.
Just try it, man. Halloween's coming up.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. I'm just playing around. But yeah, totally bring you guys together like that. Or, I don't know, I'm kind of Iron Man. But hey, it is what it is.
You could be Iron Man too, my friend. You could be anyone you want.
Well, that's very true. But you know something, Dark, man, I'm just telling you, like, your story, and like I'm looking at a picture of you right now, man. Like, you just awesome. Like, everything that you had decked out was just amazing. And when you had that EP, The Many Shades of Dark, I was like, yes, we are playing this on jams. This is going to happen.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you playing it, man. I enjoyed putting that out, and it worked out pretty well, so.
Mm-hmm. It was an intro into the new form and the metamorphosis of Dark83. And not only that, like, as a treat for everybody, which, by the way, I always speak in high regards of Godlike. Love that album. And we're going to be focusing on that for this episode. And you see, right off the bat, the first track, though, we're going to have to take them into zero gravity, man. So your first track of the evening that's going to be presented to them is called Zero by Dark83. Take it away!
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, as we float into this gravity of, well, not a gravity, an endless vortex of awesomeness, that was Zero by Dark83 from the album called Godlike, which, by the way, if you have not heard it, yes, you are getting a good treat of it tonight, but you definitely got to check it out. I will have the link for it in the description box below, but right now, just keep on enjoying this episode with me and my man Dark83. We were actually talking about some 80s cartoons that, we enjoyed. Now, I'm a little younger than Dark83, but like I said, we had that retro channel, and it used to play all that cool stuff from the 80s, which is where I got my fix, along with Thundercats, He-Man, and then, Silverhawks, you name it, pretty much. And then Fraggle Rock was on there, too, but that's just how it goes. But with me, of course, is my good friend Dark83 back in the room.
Hello.
Yes, sir, man. Something? That reboot of Thundercats that we were talking about from 2011 was sweet, man. Got cut off in its prime. And then they came out with that one that looks like Jelly Bean people, or like the people from Steven Universe made it. Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't think I've seen that one. I kind of just...
You ain't missed much.
Yeah, I didn't want to be disappointed anymore. I just thought, you keep fucking with my cartoons, man. Just leave them alone. Stop cancelling shit.
I mean, oh my god, we lost we lost that great 2011 cartoon for that. I was like, it's called Thundercats Roar, and it's a parody. Why's everything got to be a deconstruction of stuff? Why can't we just see good versus evil, get a nice action-packed adventure for about 22 minutes, or at least 30, not counting commercials, and just enjoying ourselves and getting away from it all? I like to see them battle for Third Earth, It's like, come on.
They think we want to think. They think we want something deeper. We don't. We just want to see two grown men or two grown women, whatever, or a man and a woman beat the shit out of each other. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, shoot. I feel that way every time I play Mortal Kombat. I'm like, this is it.
This is heaven. This is what it is.
Yes. Like, as soon as you put that blood code in on the Genesis back in the day, I mean, it was a whole new world. Like, you just couldn't complain. I was content with all the ass whooping I was doing. And ass kicking I received. That's how I got better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you. I support that.
Mm-hmm. It's just like with Street Fighter as well. Like, nowadays you don't even get no blood in Street Fighter, but when you play like old school Street Fighter, there was blood all over the place, boy. I was like, yes! This I understand.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was really good. It was a good time. They don't do it like they used to.
Nah, man. It's all about the censorship of the fifis.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
Not in my company, though. I mean, as a matter of fact, the way things are going to go down, we're going to have some graphic violence, and we're going to have some nice tonal shifts taking place, in addition to, having that right mix where it's enjoyable for everybody. Kind of like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles people wanted to see, where it was the black and white Mirage comics. I mean, the 90s movie captured that, but, we can get a lot more blood and guts in there.
The 90s movie was awesome. The first two were great. The third one, not so much. But
yeah.
The second one, I mean, you can't go wrong with a bit of Vanilla Ice. Stick that guy in there. But
Ninja,
I know.
Ninja,
I should do a remix of that. That should be my gift to you.
Yeah, do it, dude. That'd be great.
I'm sure I could pick a better. I'm sure I could pick a better gift actually than the remix of Vanilla Ice. But
Nah, brother, you got to do this. You got to do this. Now you got my interest piqued even more. I'd like to see it happen in your hands. Yes.
Now I've said it. I got to make it. All right.
Yes.
I'll look into it.
Hey, man, like I said, you do that, and I will play that right there on Jams in a minute. Yes.
Right. Mate, let's put that one in there, and I will see what I can do in the next couple of months.
You know it. 'Cause like I said, maybe I should start giving you guys in the Jam fam some assignments, though. Maybe I should start doing that. Like, be like, hey, make a song out of this. Hey, what do you like this concept for? Maybe I should do that. You know, that sounds like a great idea, actually. Call it a challenge.
I'm always up for new concepts. So if you ever want to throw me a weird and wonderful concept, I'm up for the challenge.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see us do a take on Never Ending Story. That would be wild.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I like that.
Yeah.
I think this is another show altogether, isn't it? Ideas that we can come up with to
It might be
musical ideas. Yeah.
It might be. You know what I mean? You know. The thing is, you don't see me doing this right now. But if this was a video show, I'd be stroking my beard, be like,
I can visualize it.
Yeah, because that's what's happening right now. Oh man, I'm just so excited about that. That would be wild, though, especially if you pull a remix like that. Yeah, but the first two movies of the Turtles were really good. That third one, the only reason why I like the third one, and I'm gonna tell you why, it's because they used their weapons more. That was it. I didn't like the suits. I didn't like the fact that they were ninjas wearing samurai gear. And, they did go back in time, which was kind of reminiscent to Turtles in Time. So, yeah. But at the same time, though, it's like, nah, bruh. Nah.
I kind of I felt the same way about the Turtles as I did about Back to the Future. I liked the first two. The third one, not so much. And I know that's polarizing, but I don't know what it is. It just didn't feel good to me. It just didn't feel like my favorite thing.
Yeah, and that's a fair point, because, you go from something fantastic, like when they went into the future, and then you saw, like, they did, like, an alternative timeline future, and then, there's only one place they could go is back to the past, and, well, they did go to the Wild West, and at least there's some local motion there, it kind of made sense, but it just doesn't capture the same magic.
No, it doesn't, and that's it. It was the magic of the future and those other things and the first one and the second one just had that thing about them, whereas the third just. And don't get me wrong, I like cowboy films, I like westerns and stuff. Like I like that,
yeah.
But it just didn't capture me. It didn't capture my imagination like the others did.
And that's understandable. Like, I don't have a problem with that, you know what I mean? Because I can get it, because it's that third movie or that second sequel, and it usually, well, for one thing, it has big shoes to fill. And another thing is, whereas you're used to those characters by that point, you really want something to give you a little bit more oomph to it, and then it'll let you down. One, because it was more of Doc's story than it was Marty's anyway by that point. And two, it's like, you know what I mean? You start to, like, get kind of fatigued at that third one.
How many times can you see Biff in different styles? Like, who gives a shit? You start to lose interest in the Biff picking on Marty story. It just gets a little bit old.
Yeah, by the time, like, you got to the point where it's like it goes through his family bloodline, and, like, the whole thing with shit always falling on him and stuff, that's actually funny, but it was Mad Dog Tannen after Doc, and, it was like, okay. Because you need an antagonist, and this guy's shoehorned in there, so it's like, Yeah,
it was all right. It was alright. I've got the box set, and I'll watch them. But it's just not my favorite.
Right. A lot of people feel that way about, like, Return of the Jedi, Superman 3. I'm still kind of confused about Superman 3. But, you know what I mean?
Which one's Superman 3?
That's the one with Richard Pryor in it as that computer whiz. And, like...
that was at a confusing time.
Yeah. And the thing is, even though Superman did try to help him at the end to go get a job, he did not stay to go for the job. He left to go somewhere else.
I think I've only seen it once, but I went through this. I built the Superman box set, and I went through. I was doing some job where I was working night shift, and watching Superman movies was how I passed the time. So I remember going through the stage a good few years ago now, And then you mentioned Batman Forever. See, when I was a kid, man, that was like, I was sold. And then the older I got, and when I watch it, I go, don't know. It's got its good moments. But it's also got some terrible shit in there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not X-Men 3 bad.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yes. No Nightcrawler? Shit.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, you're right. That was bad. No, I'm a big Batman fan, but I know when to put my hand up and say they fucked it.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Batman and Robin, but you know.
Yeah, that's a sore point right now.
Yeah, but you know, nowadays it's actually pretty funny to point and laugh at, because there's some times where you look at Dark Knight Rises and you're like, this is where Nolan kind of messed up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I pointed this out to some people, and please forgive me, whoever's listening, forgive me with the whole, this is really going to fuck up your Batman experience. But so Batman Begins is fine, okay? So everything's fine. But then the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, I'm not going to say anything else, but I want you to watch the fighting between Batman and the bad guys, and then maybe send me an Instagram message telling me how right I am. Just that's all I'm going to say. Just watch the fighting, analyze it, and then message me, and we'll have a chat, because it's something else. There's mistakes beyond mistakes. But yeah, I'm a big Batman fan, and I've kind of spent some time probably over analyzing these things.
Hey, I can't blame you, man. I mean, that's what we as fans do. I mean, you should have met me when I was in my 20s. You couldn't tell me jack about Spider-Man. I would go right at you on it.
So is Spider-Man your thing? Is that your kind of... Is he your favourite?
Oh, yeah, he's my favorite.
And what's your favourite Spider-Man movie?
Spider-Man 2. Tim and Doc Ock fighting on a train. I mean, come on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's... What did you think of the Andrew Garfield ones?
I think first one was alright. The second one should have just focused on him and Electro, and he should have at least got a third movie. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Kind of wrap up everything. And don't try to shoehorn the Sinister Six in a movie like this. That's the thing. Like, when you try to throw too much shit in there, it just, come on.
But they do that these days. They try and like give you something at the end to keep you hopeful about the next film. And then when the next film doesn't happen, that's when you're just like left in mass disappointment, like Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, unresolved plot lines and just all that false hope and stuff. But the DCU was notorious for this because they kept announcing movies and not making them. They'd announced that Nightwing movie, which really pissed me off because I like Nightwing. And I love Batman mythos in general. Like, you could have gave Tim Drake a movie. You could have done all that stuff, but you didn't follow through. And, you know, they were saying, like, 2019 was going to be the year of the Bat, and it never happened. Unless you count, like, Arkham Knight. But I think Arkham Knight came out in 2018. But still, it's like all that promise, and you didn't go anywhere with it, which is what you don't do.
Yeah, they've had a few problems, haven't they? They've had a good few problems. And they're like, some of the movies that they're talking about making right now, you just think, I don't care about that character. I don't think anyone really gives a shit about that character. So why would you make a movie about it? I think they're making one like, is it Blue Beetle? Is that one that's happening? They're making a movie on Blue Beetle. It's like, I get it, it's a cool character, but it's not movie worthy.
Right, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, a lot of people would like another Superman and then stuff leading to the next Justice League movie. Then you can introduce another new character if you want to. Yeah.
It's like DC go, what do the people want? They listen to what the people want and they go, right, we're going to do the complete fucking opposite.
Yeah. Well, you know, if anything, we got to aim higher with that. That's more of AT&T owned Warner Brothers, and then not only that, Marvel's starting to do the same thing. Because, I mean, I know who Shang-Chi as a character is, but you're trying to... There's not a lot of build-up around that character right off. Now, if they went ahead and they utilized this point where, like, you know, maybe if there was a series or maybe if there was something that was built up to it, or, like, do what Iron Fist did wrong, you know what I mean? Do that right. Maybe then you got a shot.
I was going to say that a lot of these Marvel movies that they're advertising now, I have zero interest in. And not because they're probably going to be great movies, but, again, it's like what you said. They haven't built the character up. They haven't made me want to see that character.
Yeah, like the only one that's not Spider-Man that I do care about is Doctor Strange's sequel. That's the only other thing I want to see, but Like, Eternals, I'm telling you, man, like I said with Washed Ink on an episode before, I've never met an Eternals fan. I never met anybody talk about them. Now, somebody could chime in and say, well, you can say the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, yeah, you could to a point, but they appeared on an Avengers episode when it was a cartoon show. You know what I mean? You got to know who those characters were a little bit. It's not the same roster, but you got to know those characters a little bit.
I've never heard of some of these characters. Don't get me wrong, I love Marvel films, and I've seen all the ones, that led up to Thanos kicking people's fucking ass. But I'm more of a DC guy. So when it comes to some of these characters and someone who you probably want to get to come over to your Marvel side, I need some more. Some more romancing.
Yeah.
When it comes to some of these characters, man, I need you to pull me in. But I'm just watching these trailers and things. It's not dragging me in.
It's like, if anything, the trailer is more of the movie, and then when we go to see that, it's more of the fluff.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's true. Trailers are stupidly long these days. Yes. But I will say, I'm excited about the next Spider-Man movie, because apparently it's got loads of different Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they're really going for that live-action Spider-Verse. But you know something? You know how you do a Sinister Six movie? And I'm going to tell you. The way that Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game went about, that's how you do a Sinister Six movie.
Nice.
That was fucking lit. I was like, yo! As soon as you saw Dot Octavius losing his damn mind, and the whole group came together like a gang, and they were just whooping Spidey's ass because that's the job, yes. That's how you do it.
Nice.
Oh my God,
it's true. It's funny, isn't it? Because some of these computer games are so well-rounded and they've got such great stories. You'd think that they would use that and put that into a movie, but they don't.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's more of an ego kind of thing, don't you?
Yeah, it's true. There are a lot of egos, and I know some people. So where I live in Vancouver, and it's big film industry here, and they film a lot of Marvel stuff around where I live, and I mean I haven't really spotted much. They film The Flash and a few of the other DC TV shows as well here, but there are I know somebody who's in the film business, and apparently is like a lot of egos, a lot of people treating each other like shit. So I can imagine it's the higher up you get and the more into the movie side of things as well, it could be. I can imagine it's not the job for me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I guess I'm a little insane. But the point is that you gotta be, though, in our industry. That's just the way it is. Oh, man, but the way it just... Stuff like that is just crazy.
I'm not good with egos, man. I'm not good with people being dickheads to each other. So I think that's... I just don't get why people can't just be nice. You can get more done if you're just nice to each other.
Yeah, and like I said, because they don't learn that whole thing. That's why they're getting their asses kicked left and right. That's why one word I'm like, how come I'm not having work? Because you're a jerk. The end.
Yeah, that's it. There's a lot of them out there right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, even in the independent game, I bring it up all the time on the shows, man. As soon as those people start getting in there and that clout goes up, boy, that's it. They done float off the island. And not only that, you can see the quality of the work go down because of the Rocky 3 principle. They're not hungry for it anymore.
No. There's some famous people out there who have been called out for being real bad to people, and they don't seem to get much work anymore. And I think that's great. Like, you should be called out for being. I know I'm not anything like anything, but if someone messages me on Instagram and asks me a question or says I like your record or whatever, I always respond. I always talk to them, because I remember asking questions or just reaching out to people and telling them that I love their records, and they never respond. They don't even, they've seen it. You can see that they've read the message. Uh-huh. And I think it's just a respect. I just think it's a really nice respect thing. I just think it's just nice to just be nice to people and just show them that you're kind of just an everyday person who they can reach out to if they need to ask a question to. So yeah, I prefer to be that way than any other way.
Yeah, and hey, as we make it and we ride our ships, man, let's make a promise and a vow not to change into jerks and stuff like that. And of course you won't, and of course I won't. As a matter of fact, that's why I make parodies of myself all the time. Got to keep myself in that same
we're talking to everybody else, right? We're talking to
yeah,
everybody else.
Yeah, we totally are, man. Shoot. Totally. You know, because life is too short for one thing. And another thing, if you... let me ask. What good is success if it brings out the worst in you? You know?
True. I mean, as I said, like before, I've worked in like some rock bands, and so, you know, when I was in Australia, they were quite big in Australia, and they were a big band, and the singer was really egotistical, really, really, really bad, and like it was his way or the highway, and I just kind of, at the time, I just kind of went with it, and I, you know, I was there for years and kind of was in the band and did loads of great stuff, but it's not something now that I could tolerate, and it doesn't get you anywhere. You just seem like a twat, and it's just not for me, and I kind of just think just be nice, and I'm one of these people who, if I hear somebody being nice and respectful, like in an interview or just being nice to people, I'm more likely to go and listen to their record or watch their movie or whatever if I think they're a cool person.
Hey, that's the way. It's good to know I got your support, bruh.
Man, that's why I'm always listening to your shit.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. Hey, speaking of listening to other great things, we better go ahead and jump in on it because we got another track from you, and it's called Death Stalker by Dark83. Take it away.
Telescope, boy, bring him right up the eye.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Death Stalker by Dark83. Man, this is a great song here. And of course, with me is Dark83 right now. Man, dude, you were killing it with this album. You know something? Tell us about Godlike. What inspired you to make Godlike? Because I gotta know, and they gotta know, you know?
For me, like, the names come first. Because my songs don't have lyrics and stuff, I try and come up with some really cool names for tracks and different things like that. But musically, I was listening to a lot of drum and bass, but like real dark, heavy drum and bass. And I kind of thought, all right, how about I try and mix the two genres together? So kind of like dark wave, synth wave with drum and bass. So what I did was, on most of the tracks, and some of it is quite obvious, but some of it's quite subtle, is that I put 2 drum tracks on nearly every song, where I put a drum and bass drum track, and then I put a synth kind of solid drum beat over the top of that to kind of try and merge them together so that you still get that kind of dark wave feel. And I think for me, I was very much influenced by the Prodigy for this record and what they've kind of done in their career. And I mean, their drums and their production is just fucking huge. So it was my kind of tribute to them. And I mean, I don't think it touches their sound per se, because their production is huge, but I kind of just wanted to pay homage to that. And obviously they're a British band as well, and just pay tribute to that. And I think I take each project as what it is. So for me, I achieved what I wanted to achieve with that sound, and I always try and go, okay, what can I do differently next time, or what can I do better? And I really love the record. I think it's my, I really like it. And there's some songs on there which I kind of put up there as my favourite songs that I've written. I just think it was just influenced by that kind of that drum and bass kind of sound, and but I didn't want to kind of go too far away from the synth sound. So yeah, it was just simply that. But I had a good time writing it, and I enjoyed making the record too.
Sounds like it, brother. And even though you had that intent there, I think you just made it sound all your own, man, because I enjoy it. Like, when I'm training and stuff, I have that sitting right there, dude. it's freaking good. makes the beast mode really come together. Oh, you know what? We should actually combine on a song and call it Beast Mode. That would be wild.
I'm always happy to collaborate. Always happy to work with anybody.
Yeah, and with my vocal tracks, and then the way you got everything layered, I mean, I could probably try to do something with my guitar, but I still gotta practice. But
I've just bought some guitars actually to try different sounds and new things to go with Dark83. So we can experiment together.
Hey, I'm down with that. That sounds pretty cool. What kind of guitar you got? You got a Strat like me, or like what kind you got?
I do have a Strat, yeah. And I bought a bass, and the bass isn't very Dark83 at all. The bass is mint surf green, man. So I don't know what I was thinking there, but it's a real cool bass, and it's just I just bought like a cheap bass. It doesn't have a particular big make or anything, but I want to do some weird stuff with my own instruments and try and add a bit more kind of depth and layers to the forthcoming kind of records and stuff. So yeah, man.
Yeah, this is gonna work like a charm, man. I like that. Yeah, even if it is a mint green color, you can still make that badass. So yeah, that works.
I'll put my mask on and everyone will still think it's bad. So
it's gonna be awesome. I don't know. I mean, hell, it could be like the most iconic print we sell. Like right there, that's posters. I'm just
it could be.
Indeed, man. I will not steer you wrong. Like right now, I can see it in my head because my producer mode is on right now. Because when isn't it? But the thing is, I can see it and I can see people buying it. That's iconic.
I'll see what I can do for you, and I'll put something together.
Actually, I need to look into getting a bass. I've been thinking about that too. But hey, I'm trying to do it one step at a time because you want to. Yeah. But that sounds so cool, though, man. And yeah, we can do that. We can experiment together, and I can learn how to, get my fretboard rhythms down, or whoever's playing rhythm or whoever's playing lead. But then again, we'll do our own thing. That's what matters.
Yeah. And that's the thing, if you put enough effects on it as well, it can sound so weird and wonderful that it comes across as being a different instrument. And I think that's one of the great things about, plugging them through computers and doing some weird and wonderful things. It's, you don't have to be the most prolific, perfect player. You can just experiment.
Hey, yes, you're right about that. That almost sounds kind of godlike. See?
I see what you did there. Good segue.
Like I told Jack from Final Shift, I've been doing this for quite some time, so I'm able to slide that in. Oh, man. Hey, speaking of which, though, it's the third track, so I don't get to introduce that, though. That goes to the honor of the guest, so you want to go ahead and do that for us?
This is Dark83 with Godlike.
Take it away.
5 p.m. this afternoon, the President of the United States arrives in town on a special. Sheriff, if you think I have any qualms about killing this kid, you couldn't be more wrong.
Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
You didn't mean to kill that policeman. Well, of course not. It's against everything I've ever stood for.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a cold-blooded, premeditated murder.
To be the lover of Mrs. Williams and her partner in the horrible murder of Walter Williams.
Must be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Don't they have to have another expert examine him before they hang him?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head. That's a sure way to kill him.
We were damn lucky to get away at all.
On my father's grave.
Well, anyway, she wouldn't.
But remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that right there was the epic Godlike. That is what the adventure leads to. And I mean, man. And there's more tracks on this album, and you definitely got to check it out. But that right there, I know some of y'all are running to buy his album right now after hearing that. Whew, I'd buy it twice if I could. Tell them the truth. Shoot, speaking of which, you got a limited edition CD coming?
Now you put me on the spot, right?
all right.
Do you know what I really want? And I kind of said this to a bunch of people, is that I'd really like to make some vinyl.
Hey,
and I think just kind of like if there was interest and kind of people wanted it, then I'd love to do like a run of vinyls, and just keep them. I could just sell them to people who were really interested, and I think I'd feel like I really achieved something if I could get a vinyl out. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Hey, go for it, man. That would be excellent, actually. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
And if I do get it, I think I need to go to Canada after my California move, and then go ahead and get you to sign it.
Oh man, I'm more than happy to sign it for you.
Shoot.
And if I do end up playing live shows, I'm more than happy to come down and play some live shows as well in the good old US of A. Not a problem.
Please do, man. I mean, like I said, I'm going to actually go for that idea that I told y'all about. Yeah, we gonna do that. I got to meet all of y'all at least once, and we got to make something out of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be big. Sky's the limit, I say.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let COVID get in the way either. Fuck COVID. Nope. J-Man is going to have his due. Damn it.
Yeah. Just do it. Just do it. I support you.
Nah, thank you. And I support you, man. Like I've been saying, I definitely support you. I'll go on a quest for that. I'll go ride up there into Canada. Got my passport. Looking around. telling everybody, hey, I've come for the weed. Messing around.
Hi, man. Yeah. Apparently, you can just go to a store and do that here. It's absolutely fine. I mean, I'm not a partaker myself, but I think it's a nice place, though. I think I don't know whether you've ever been, but it's a nice place. I mean, I'm happy here. So.
Yeah. And, to go ahead and see how things are like, I do need to ask about dual citizenship, though. That'd be wild. Yep, I get to go to both.
I'm sure there's a lovely Canadian woman here who would love to, be with J-Man.
Oh well, But hey, the funny part about that, yeah, I don't know if the missus I got floating around like that too much. But then again.
Oh yeah, that could be a problem. Could be a problem.
I might have to just take the test. Sit right there, go to where Trudeau is, and be like, "Hey man, can you help a brother out?"
Hey man, he might just do that.
Yeah, that'd be wild though, because I got a lot of friends, including you, in Canada. So I'm like, I gotta see y'all, and it's nice up there from what I see. Do a couple of filmmaking assignments and stuff. I always wanted to see, I always want to travel and be financially well off and do what I got to do. Get to the point where I'd be like, you know what? I wonder what Dark83 is doing these days. I'm gonna go see him. Let me get on this plane and do what I got to do.
You're always welcome.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Who knows? We could probably put on a few events up there. That'd be wild. I'd always want to do that. Just put on a nice big event. Yeah,
that'd be cool, man. They have some good synth artists up here. They really do put on some. Before COVID hit, I saw Perturbator here,
really?
Pretty much as soon as yeah, man. He played in Vancouver. There was some real good synth shows organised, and I had tickets to go to a smaller synth show, but had some really good artists on. Who else have I seen? I've seen Dance for the Dead, and they were supported by Magic Sword.
Nice.
That was yeah, man. That was a good show. So I've seen some really cool people. Ghost was supposed to be here too, the kind of the synthwave guy, and I think he's not allowed. He's not allowed in Canada. I'm not actually quite sure why, but that's rock and roll. But he couldn't make it, but hopefully he'll get to come at some point. But yeah, there's some good synth artists actually make the effort to come up here, so I appreciate that. I always buy a ticket.
Huh, cool. Wow, really not allowed to go to Canada? He must have really did some serious shit. Jesus.
Yeah, man. He had a whole tour with Perturbator planned, and then he couldn't come. And he kind of said on Instagram, I've been turned down. And I think he had some problems getting into the UK once. So he's done something, but all you need to get banned from Canada and the UK is a DUI. So he could have had a DUI. It could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
So
those things usually, they ain't good, man. They mess your whole record.
No, they hang around.
Yeah.
That's it, man. But I have seen Ghost, and he's amazing live, and Perturbator is just one of a kind. He's just unbelievable. So yeah, if any of those guys are ever up here, or anybody really, I always go and check him out because it's nice to be support the this genre and this industry. So.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, I remember when people try to say synthwave is dead, and I'm like, no way. How are you going to kill a musical genre? You didn't even kill disco. Remember that?
No, I think synthwave is changing, and I think these genres are changing, and I think for me, I try and keep an open mind in the genre and kind of try and mix things together and do different things, so that I'm not staying and saying I can't change other people, and if people want to make the same record 6 times, then that's cool. That's up to them, and if it works for them, then that's brilliant. But I try and mix different genres together and try and create something different. And even if it doesn't end up sounding massively different, I try and satisfy myself in that process.
And as you should, man. I mean, like, it should be about growth. It should be about enjoyment. I don't know what the cynicism is. Maybe they're just on Twitter too long and stuff, but I see a lot of musicians complain. But at least I can say this, though. At least you don't complain, and at least you go through this like you're supposed to. That is your journey, Just like with my journey in filmmaking and radio production, you got a journey too. It's just the way it is. Sometimes it loves you, and then sometimes it don't love you back.
You do worry. I think I do put I do think about it, and I think, okay, if I, the next record, I'm going to do something slightly different. And you do think, what happens if people don't like it? Like, what happens if it doesn't gel with people? But then I kind of try and just keep going back to the fact that, am I happy with it? Right. Am I satisfied with it? Yes. Do I believe in my product? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then it doesn't matter. It'll find its audience, I guess. Right. So
that's the way, brother. That's how it's done. You got to give it its chance to succeed and stuff like that. Like what did Scatman say? Some people go ahead and they say something's dead, but they never give it a chance to be born.
It's true. And I kind of believe in. I've come from the I used to listen to rock and metal and stuff, and all the albums I used to listen to, and I used to be one of those people that used to complain that an artist has changed, or they've done something different, or it doesn't sound like it used to. And I read now, these artists just going, well, if you don't like it, just fucking go listen to the old album. It's still there. You can still listen to it.
That's very true.
And I think that's something that I keep in mind, is that when I'm reviewing an album for myself and just like buying a new record, I think it doesn't sound like it used to, but I appreciate it for what it is, like for that singular thing, what it does for me musically. And if it doesn't sound like it does, I'll just go back and listen to the greatest hits. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there ain't a variety out there and stuff. And then you got to evolve and change up every time. It's like how some people have a hard time to it's not the same as it used to be. It's not intended to be.
Yeah, exactly. But there's people in the world who it works for, right? Like AC/DC. If they ever changed, you'd be pissed. You'd be like, what the fuck have they done? Because I don't know whether you listen to metal, but like Slayer, they made the same record so many times, but it worked. It worked for them, and you bought the record, and you were like, I know what I'm going to get. I'm excited about it. And then, but other artists it doesn't work for. But I think there's certain artists that it just works. Like Time Cop 83. That guy is just like, he's one of my heroes. He was one of the first people I got into, and all of his songs, they have that Time Cop sound. He knows how to make that sound. And although the albums are slightly different, it's Time Cop. He's got his own stamp on things, and I think that's a real clever place to be.
It is.
And I think that's really clever, because it's some people, it sounds like they're doing the same record every time, but some people you're just like, this is different. This is really good, and I appreciate the same sound and nostalgia, but I can hear it moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I haven't found the sound that that would distinguish me, but I think I'm getting there. And I think that's the thing. Then you can use that as a basis for the rest of for your career, and kind of use those sounds and stuff.
Yep, because you're continuing to grow, and you're supposed to. You're supposed to experience new things. You're supposed to go ahead and take the new techniques you learn, see if you can mesh it with the older ones. Like, you're in the right spot, and that's it's beautiful. Like, even I don't use the same techniques that I did when I started out. I had to change them. So, you know, that's just the way it
Exactly,
goes.
yeah, man. Good thinking.
But you know what's funny though? The party doesn't have to end here, and I'm having such a good time, and you're having such a good time. So, you know what that means?
Bonus track, incoming transmission from J360 Jams.
Destroyer of Worlds by Dark83.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Transmission ended.
Thank you, J360 Jams. See you next Friday.
Yeah, man. You know we got another jams to do, bro. They will never stop.
Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
That second season is coming along in a big way, I'll tell you that, because a lot of people are submitting their stuff. Even now, dude, like, anytime I get something from you, it does beep. It does go boop. I'm like, yep, it's a jams.
Nice, man. Well, what date is what date is the next jams?
That date will be, let's see, the 3rd.
Amazing. I'll send you some tracks.
Oh yeah. That's right. I'm game for that, bro. It's gonna be lit.
Awesome.
Lit. Hey, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you, performing. If you ever perform live, that is, and you live stream it, let me know, because J360 TV is doing something, a variant of jams.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I built something.
Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah, definitely. I've got the equipment to be able to play live. I've got all the stuff. It's just putting it together and kind of, trying to put a set together and a show, and then I'll probably start with a live stream. And then move to kind of when things open up a little bit more around here, then I'll start to kind of go and play venues and stuff.
That's the plan, bro. And like I said, I'm always there with you every step of the way. That's gonna be lit and excellent. And speaking of future plans, though,
awesome.
As we discussed, like what the next EP is gonna be and all that kind of stuff, we did discuss that on the show, right?
I think we did. Yeah, I think we did.
I know, I'm just playing around, man. Speaking of which, though, next thing we have coming up, you got some new styles ahead, and who knows, man, making different tones. I'm just excited to see where your musical journey takes you.
Thank you, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Hey, speaking of which, though, let's get you some more fans, man. Tell everybody where they can connect with you, meet you up at, and catch those awesome tunes.
So you can come find me on Instagram. I'm Dark83, and there's a link on there that takes you to Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, iTunes, and then there's a bunch of streaming services that I've never ever heard of, but I'm on there. There's a big list on my Instagram site, and my new EP is out August 27th. It's called Summertime Slaughter, and yeah. That's me. Please come and listen, and I hope you enjoy it. And please feel free to just send me a message on Instagram and tell me whatever, or ask me any questions. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you got.
Awesome, man. Excellent, Dark83. Well, guess what? We're going to have to go ahead and tie it on this one. We managed to finish another episode, and it was good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for your time, and yeah, just taking the time to speak to me. I appreciate it.
Anytime, bro. There's going to be more episodes to come. I get the feeling there's going to be more team-ups from us.
We can only hope.
Hey, and that hope is high, because I'm going to go for it.
No problem, man. I'm always here.
You know it, man. All right, J360 Legion, that is about it for this episode of Hangouts tonight. Another shout-out to Dark83 for joining us, and I want you guys to take care of yourselves until next time, and please don't eat the paint. I know how some of y'all are. Don't do it. And I'll catch you all until next time for, more adventures. Anyway, this is J-Man signing off, along with Dark83. Peace.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.